What's happening, guys? We're back and the car's sitting on all four tires. Alright, so I came out here throughout the week and finished up the suspension mounts on the driver's side and then bolted in those fake shocks that we built and then got the car up on all four jack stands. So it's sitting on its own wheels now. There's no jack stands under the frame or anything, so that's a pretty big success in my books. So we're gonna move on. So what can we do today? What I want to do today is we'll mount up the intercooler and radiator. We'll kind of fake it in there, and then we'll toss the hood on there and take a couple measurements because I think we need to cut that hood apart. So let's do that, and then I'll show you what I want to do. Alright, so here's what I'm thinking. Originally we were going to have this whole thing flip forward. My thoughts there were there's no way for your hood to blow open if the whole thing flips forward. But to do that we'd have to have a pretty complicated hinge mechanism in the front so that rather than just flipping forward and the nose hitting the ground, it would have to kind of flip forward and up and do this weird kind of dance. It also makes it very cumbersome to do any work on this thing because moving the hood around is such a pain. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go to kind of a more traditional style hood. It's still going to flip forward, but what we'll do is we'll cut this nose cone off and we'll solid mount the nose cone, and then we'll just have a shorter hood here and we'll have it flip forward so that it should still, you know, stay down when we're cruising down the highway, but it'll make it a lot easier kind of at this stage in the game. It'll also allow us to run a bumper through our front grille and some things like that. So that's the plan. We're going to take and draw a line across here and cut it off. I marked where the radiator fill cap is. So we're going to try to make sure that we cut far enough forward so that that's pretty easy to access when the hood's up. I don't mind it being underneath the nose cone a little bit, but I don't want to be reaching, you know, a foot down there in order to put water in the thing. So we'll grab a Sharpie and a tape measure, we'll grid all this out, and then we'll grab our laser pointer, draw a line, and cut it in half. Alright, that's the hood separated from the nose cone. While we're out here and we got the jigsaw out though, I'm going to take and cut out the kind of the grill opening. We won't make it final shape, but we'll get kind of a rough hole opened up there, so at least we can kind of see what it'll look like. All right, that looks pretty slick. We still have more than enough room to get to the radiator cap. So if we need to fill it with water or whatever. It cut really nice. A little bit of chipping on the gel coat, but we'll fix that with some Bondo later. Next step is gonna be, we need to figure out a good way to mount this thing. It's just clamped on there right now. I think we're gonna build some tabs off of the frame here and bolt it down. But I wanna use M4 hardware, something a little bit smaller. I don't wanna use big 1/4" bolts. And I don't have any. So we're gonna have to press pause on this for right now. I don't know if I'm gonna have to order them or I might be able to get them locally. We'll get some bolts and some nut certs and everything, and then we can mount this guy, and then hopefully start next week probably on the hinges. I have a plan for how I want the hinges to work. We just need to execute on it. So we're gonna call it an episode there, guys. We didn't get very much done today. All we really got done was we cut the hood apart. But it's a beautiful day out and I wanna go spend it with my family. So that's it for this week. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit the like and subscribe button. Go check us out on Instagram, Left Foot First Media, and we'll see you next week. I'm out of here.